Hi everyone, just wanted to talk you through this example, Breeze Dancer in Naruto. And one of the things that I've been looking to try and do is to be able to offload this up to WWE Makers 2K in relation to problems that I experience on a regular basis whilst creating characters. So much so that I've got to the point where I actually find it very difficult to actually come in and create characters these days because it just spoils the whole thing, to be fair. You know, when you go through doing so much work and then you just watch it blow up in your face, it just becomes totally pointless. So anyway, what I'm doing here is just illustrating this particular creation example of Breeze Dancer, and hopefully in some way it sort of allows people to sort of see what it is, the kind of thing that I'm looking at. Now here what you're looking at is the error date of the file that was created, and what you can see is it created today at 7:44. The file size 3.47 gigabytes, because actually it took something like 42 minutes. That was about the length of the video that I actually took. So it's quite a long video all in all, and you can see here that the error happened at 7:44 today. And I have actually, if you look at the top there, I've actually given it another go to try and do something with it, tried to remember it. But just looking at this, I'm just walking you through the basics. This here is the template, which is the default template that I've used to pick the nearest one for this particular character, which you see there. And that's fairly straightforward. It's not particularly difficult. You just have to get the hair changed, so pick the right sort of hair shape or the nearest hair shape you can. It doesn't really matter so much about the length of it. She has at least got a ponytail at the back, so we have to go with the best hair shape at the front, and then sort out the eye colours, which happened to be right, but then went on to the eyebrows, which needed a slight tweak here. And the colour, just rectifying, because obviously the default colour isn't necessarily the right colour. And then, of course, get into the actual matter of creating the jacket and various bits and bobs, which you have to do in order to get the right overall look. In this particular case, the colour of the jacket, etc., and things like that. So the colour isn't quite right there. That does need to be adjusted. I was probably just talking through other bits, but had a fail this morning with the audio. It's just one of those things with this particular controller that I've got that does fail from time to time. But anyway, yeah, once the colour's established on the jacket, yeah, just have to go and sort out the wristbands, which I did appropriately, go and sort those out. There are other things that happened as I started to build and create things. I had to look and keep checking back on various aspects of the photo and the types of colours and shading, in particular around the meshed tights. So you're getting the right sort of look in terms of the wrestling tights. Then having to put some socks over the top of that. So let's just look at, I think I've selected the tights here, just need to make the actual correct mesh colour. So just getting that mesh colour right, or darkened for it to be right for the character, and then putting the socks over and getting the right height of sock and getting that looking in the right material and right colour, and then getting the boots over. I had to settle for a change here because we couldn't rely solely on the socks, but to get the right sort of height underneath the jacket and everything, and get that overall look hanging right. Then the underwear getting attached in and popping the correct colours into that and getting the correct shade of grey into it, and then having to do a range of other things in relation to the fact that the jacket on the entrance attire wouldn't translate into the jacket onto the actual ring attire. So in that sense, it meant that two different jackets had to be used. Then, of course, adding the images and things like that, that came later. So whizzed those in and cracked on with those in terms of putting those on. And getting those right, obviously it takes some adjustment. You have to get the right height and whatever, because we couldn't have the right belt. sorting those out, and then getting everything into the right sort of look in terms of material, in terms of the right colour pattern. In this case, it was black with a narrower red stripe going around the middle, which is fine. You know, these things, you know, you can get them together. As I say, they do take quite a while. It can take 3/4 of an hour, as I say, with this one. And then for it to blow up in your face, you know, is just, it's one of those things that is so frustrating. And to be honest with you, they really could do with somebody like me, who's an avid creator, actually being on their team, actually working on their software to make this software a lot better, because it is totally unacceptable that something like this has cut across about 4 or 5 versions of the software and is still relatively poor. And the best version that they've had has been 2K24, and even that was very unreliable, not particularly stable. So yeah, lots of problems here that they really do need to sort of focus on this, or get somebody like myself in to do this sort of testing and checking on things that they are doing, because they just do not seem to be able to fix this. And and they really do need to get on top of this. In my book, they really do. Anyway, just at the end there, just showing that again, the timestamps there. I did actually attempt, as I say, this other attempt to make it, you know, quickly, to try and sort of push it through and get it ready for use. But again, it failed. And that all I was doing was putting just the material stuff together, just one side of the jacket, or just one side of the attire, not ignoring the other side, and it just failed. Anyway, thanks for listening to me. I've had my moan. I'll disappear off now and leave you to it. So that's it. I don't think I'll be trying for a little while yet. Okay, goodbye for now. Cheerio, everybody, and see you again soon.